walked up to a smart vending machine at a metro station, scanned the code, grabbed a yogurt, and within 0.3 seconds, my phone buzzed with the payment confirmation. It felt faster than opening my own fridge.
That's the third wave, the AI vision era. Post-2020, Chinese vendors rolled out a hybrid solution, combining gravity sensors with dynamic visual AI. 3 high-resolution cameras sit atop the cabinet, tracking hand motion and product appearance.
Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of IoT Simple Bites. I'm your host, Mia. Today we've got David from the GTM team at Simcom on the line.
Hi folks, great to be here.
David, I have to share something that happened to me last week in Singapore. I went to a convenience store to grab a bottle of water, but the smart vending machine gave me a 3-minute nightmare.
Oh, what happened?
First, the QR code login failed. Then I had to re-enter my phone number for verification. After finally selecting a soda, it got stuck in the aisle. In the end, a staff member had to use a key to open the door and hand me the drink. The guy waiting behind me cracked, "This smart cabinet is slower than a human cashier."
That's definitely awkward.
It reminded me of a completely different experience I had in Shanghai. I walked up to a smart vending machine at a metro station, scanned the code, grabbed a yogurt, and within 0.3 seconds, my phone buzzed with the payment confirmation. It felt faster than opening my own fridge. Same grab-and-go vibe?
But the contrast between the two regions was striking.
Yeah, I later learned those cabinets rely on the latest AI tech. So let's talk about how AI is reshaping our lives.
Sure, Mia. The two machines you described actually belong to different generations of smart retail hardware. Think of it like the evolution from feature phones to smartphones. Each leap needed a breakthrough in the core processor. In vending machines, we've seen 3 major recognition tech generations, which I like to call the 3-generation identification evolution war. Each generation has its own tech traits, regional use cases, and cost structure.
Nice metaphor. What was the first generation like?
The first wave was dominated by Western firms and centered on RFID, radio frequency identification. Every product gets a tiny chip-embedded tag. The cabinet's reader detects when a tag leaves its field, instantly knowing the milk was taken. This tech dates back to the 90s and can read a single item in about 0.1 seconds.
It's pretty fast. Sounds high-tech.
It had a fatal flaw: heavy reliance on manual labor. During a week-long field study in Berlin, I saw staff spending 3 hours each day slapping RFID stickers on every new SKU. Bottles, snack packs, you name it.
That's such a hassle, isn't it?
And each sticker cost roughly 0.05 to 0.01 euros.
Then the monthly sticker costs would take up a considerable portion of the store's revenue.
Stickers also fall off. I logged an 8% failure rate because of that. One time I grabbed a bag of chips, the system didn't register it, the gate stayed closed, and a staff member had to intervene.
That's similar to what happened to me. It still requires manual intervention to solve the problem.
There are even more awkward situations. In Paris, a metro station cabinet displayed "sold out" because most tags had peeled off, even though the shelves were full of drinks.
It's not a joke, right?
I'd hardly believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Well, what about fresh produce? You can't exactly stick a tag on a banana.
Exactly. For products like strawberries or loose nuts, either their skins are too delicate for stickers or their shapes are irregular to fix tags.
That's why RFID-based cabinets in the West mostly sell bottled drinks and boxed snacks. In Heathrow, I noticed the same limited assortment. The technology bottleneck caps market potential.
So the second generation came next. Around 2015, Southeast Asia and India jumped on the gravity sensing model. A load cell at the bottom of each slot records the initial weight. When you remove an item, the weight drop tells the system what was taken.
So that wouldn't have the high labor and material costs, I assume.
Yep, this solution has lower long-term cost investment. That price advantage sparked a boom. By 2018, the Southeast Asian smart vending market surged dramatically, driven largely by gravity sensors.
That sounds promising. But why did it get replaced? There must be some pain points, right?
In a Bangkok mall test, I grabbed a 150-gram packet of cashews, but the system logged it as a 145-gram almond pack. Price difference of about 10 baht.
Ah, their weights are too similar.
Yeah, many snack packs have similar weights. The sensor can't reliably differentiate. This kind of misidentification happens every month, leading to a product loss rate as high as 5%, with an average daily revenue of 20 lost per day. Moreover, temperature swings affect sensor calibration. Staff had to spend half a day each week recalibrating every slot.
So there are quite a few problems with this solution. Neither consumers nor merchants would be satisfied with it. How does China achieve that grab-and-go magic then? What exactly is AI's role here?
That's the third wave, the AI vision era. Post-2020, Chinese vendors rolled out a hybrid solution, combining gravity sensors with dynamic visual AI. 3 high-resolution cameras sit atop the cabinet, tracking hand motion and product appearance, label graphics, cap color, etc., in real time. Within 0.3 seconds, the system confirms a 500 milliliter bottle of water taken, while the weight sensor provides a secondary check. Accuracy climbs to 99.9%.
That's such a high accuracy rate. Very impressive. What about multiple people grabbing items simultaneously?
No problem at all. I did an experiment. 3 to 4 people taking products simultaneously, and the system accurately identified every single item without any confusion.
Really? I thought this is already an extreme situation.
It can even distinguish between different flavors of chips. The AI algorithm captures the subtle pattern differences on the labels to correctly identify the exact flavor, something that was almost impossible with previous tech solutions.
Wow, that's really surprising. This technology feels like giving the vending cabinet a smart brain. So, what's the brain behind all that?
It's a neural network processor. Think of it as an AI-dedicated butler. Older cabinets used generic CPUs for image tasks, which was like asking an accountant to design a logo, slow and error-prone. The dedicated AI chip boosts processing speed by about 20 times and continuously learns. When a new package appears, the system captures sample images and auto-updates its model. No manual recoding needed.
This is what we call AI computing power, right? I heard Simcom's top modules hit 48 tops.
Smart vending machines don't actually need that much computing power. It's total overkill for their needs.
Then, how much computing power do we need?
Take our SIM 9650L module, for example. It's powered by the QCS6490 platform chip and packs 12 tops of computing power, which is more than enough to cover all the on-device computing needs of smart vending machines.
So finding the right product and solution is always the key. It's all about balancing cost control and product performance.
What's more crucial is that this type of solution has lower operating costs. No need for manual tag sticking or frequent sensor calibration, which greatly reduces labor input.
Labor costs constitute a major portion of operating expenses.
Yeah, a Chinese supermarket shared some data with me. After introducing these smart vending machines, their operation and maintenance costs only account for 0.5% of revenue.
That just goes to show the value of this solution. However, the contrast in user experience across different countries is truly evident. I tried a Japanese cabinet in Tokyo, still required a QR scan to open, and after grabbing items, you had to confirm the basket on screen. It's 2 extra steps compared to China's grab and go. Feels less seamless.
That's a cultural design choice. Japan emphasizes explicit user consent at every step to avoid disputes, whereas China prioritizes a frictionless, invisible experience. The difference in this experience is due to the varying directions of AI algorithm optimization. Chinese teams have amassed billions of grab data points, different heights, hand sizes, gloves, occlusions, so the model is robust across diverse scenarios.
The final result is really reliable. Looking ahead, could we see vending machines that brew a coffee or assemble sushi on the spot?
Smart coffee makers already exist. They're mostly rule-based. To personalize flavor profiles or enable multimodal interaction, you'd need higher AI compute.
Speaking of interaction, what about accessibility? Could this tech help people with disabilities who can't easily open a cabinet?
This is definitely an application worth further optimization, and it's completely achievable. Voice-controlled or gesture-based interfaces could let users retrieve items without touching a keypad, and recommendation engines could suggest products tailored to individual preferences.
I believe AI can make these cold, impersonal machines understand humans better, even functioning like a personal assistant.
Only when AI is closer to human life can it change human life.
David, beyond vending machines, where else is AI making an impact in retail?
Self-service scales are a prime example. Now, many supermarket self-service scales are much faster than human cashiers.
You mentioning that reminds me. 10 years ago, when I was in China's supermarkets, there were rows of cash registers with cashiers, and each had a long line. Now in big cities like Shanghai, many supermarkets have self-checkout.
I've tried them too. The checkout process is really smooth. The average time to weigh and pay with a self-service scale is 15 seconds, 3 times faster than human cashiers. Behind this is a combination of dual AI cameras plus high-precision sensors. One camera takes photos of the product's appearance, and the module runs image recognition algorithms to distinguish apples from pears in 0.3 seconds, even identifying the specific variety of some apples. The other camera monitors the product's placement in the weighing area in real time, cross-checking with sensor data to avoid weighing errors caused by products being placed crookedly.
Talking about weighing fruits, I remember an experience at an old-fashioned fruit store in Hong Kong last year. I wanted to buy some mangosteens, but the store was so busy that I waited 15 minutes just to weigh them. The boss was alone. She had to pick fruits, weigh them, take money, and answer customers' questions like, "Is this mango sweet?" She was sweating profusely.
I could imagine that.
And later in Shenzhen, I saw a fruit store with self-service scales. I tried putting a mango on it, and it identified it as a Xiao Tainong mango in 0.5 seconds. I thought it was amazing.
The recognition speed is truly impressive, and the tech isn't limited to fruit shops. In Munich's discount chain, piloted a Pick&Go service. Customers scan a QR code in the app when entering the store, then can take products from the shelves, put them in their shopping bags, and leave directly through the express exit. The bill is automatically displayed in the app and settled via the stored payment method. The new tech tracks customer behavior and records purchases through sensors installed on the ceiling and shelves. Computer vision and AI ensure selected products are clearly identified and assigned to the shopper. This works for all 3,500 product categories, including unpackaged baked goods.
That's really cool, I have to say. But I'm wondering, do all customers embrace self-service? You know, not everyone is so willing to embrace new things.
Adoption varies. For some, changing their habitual lifestyle takes time. So, like the Munich supermarket I just mentioned, they run both traditional cashiers and self-service lanes to accommodate different comfort levels.
That's definitely more reasonable. How about bakeries? You mentioned baked goods can use self-service scales too? You know, in those popular internet-famous bakeries, long lines for fresh pastries could be eased with self-service scales. Customers' shopping experience would be much better.
Exactly. Sometimes you think, I just want to buy 2 loaves of bread, but I have to wait in such a long line. For people who hate queuing, it's a nightmare. You feel like you're wasting your life. Like me, for example.
Me neither.
Oh, really? Anyway, back to self-service scales in bakeries. They can really help with faster checkout and reduce customer loss due to long lines. They also reduce the staff's workload and avoid errors caused by fatigue or carelessness.
To be honest, sometimes I trust machines more than humans.
Oh, why? Any stories?
I've had experiences where the milk I bought was on sale, but the cashier still charged me the original price because the discount needed to be manually applied.
Oh, if this happened to me, I wouldn't be happy either.
You never know if they forgot or did it on purpose. Of course, I hope it was just a mistake.
With smart self-service scales, this problem won't happen. Bakeries have a wide variety of products, frequent new arrivals, large price differences, and prices are often affected by production dates, with frequent discounts. So accurate pricing is especially important.
I'd love a scale that can judge a loaf's freshness just by looking at it. As long as the merchant sets the corresponding price system in advance, Checkout would be very convenient.
From what I know, some vendors are already researching that, and I believe more commercial implementations will come gradually. Additionally, these terminals can not only complete checkout tasks, but also collect sales data in real time. By analyzing this data, bakeries can see which items sell fastest and adjust production accordingly. This is especially suitable for freshly made baked goods on site.
Well, this data analysis is particularly important for merchants' daily operations. With this data, they can be more targeted. Another thing I don't think we should ignore is the modernization and tech savviness that these advanced smart devices bring to the store. Imagine, would you be more attracted to an ordinary bakery with conventional decor and routines? Or one with advanced equipment that gives you a fresh experience and makes you want to visit again? The tech also adds a modern, high-tech vibe to a shop, which can attract younger, quality-focused consumers. Brand perception gets a boost, especially for businesses targeting white-collar professionals.
Unless it's a well-established old brand with a good reputation, I really prefer to enjoy the convenience brought by high technology.
For smart self-service scales, restaurants and canteens are absolutely perfect scenarios, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
These places are packed during mealtimes, like the restaurants downstairs from our company. Self-service scales could be a game changer there.
Totally. These high-traffic environments are ideal. I have numbers from a major chain. After installing smart scales, peak hour checkout time dropped from 15 minutes to 3 minutes. Customer satisfaction surged, repeat visits rose, table turnover increased by 30%, and overall revenue jumped. Another large corporate canteen saw a 40% lift in employee dining satisfaction, which translated into higher productivity.
This improvement is predictable. It seems smart self-service scales have a very wide range of applications, including fresh markets and wet markets. They're completely suitable.
Definitely.
What's the current market price of smart self-service scales?
Depending on features and configuration, the price in China is about $150 to $1,000. Units with AI vision and multimodal payment usually exceed $300. Exported models cost 1.5 to 2 times more due to tariffs and local support.
The market prospect for smart self-service scales is quite broad. Forecasts put the global smart scale market at about $150 billion by 2030, with AI-enabled models accounting for over half the share.
This is indeed an industry that will grow rapidly.
So the biggest benefit is time saved in daily life. Optimizing the shopping process can save people a lot of time every month. People can spend that extra time with family or hobbies.
Yeah, who would refuse such a benefit?
Yeah, who would say no? Today, we really saw the huge changes AI has brought to the retail industry, and I believe this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly. As AI hardware and algorithms keep advancing, we'll see even deeper integration across retail, logistics, and beyond.
What do you think will be the core AI application arenas?
I'd say intelligent computing, autonomous driving, robotics, and edge-side deployments. 4 pillars that will shape the next decade. We can discuss them in more detail another time.
All right. Thanks, David, for the insightful chat. We've really covered a lot today. From the 3-generation tech evolution of smart vending machines to how AI technology and modules are reshaping the retail experience. And we also learned about many specific application scenarios. I believe our listeners have gained a lot, just like me. To our listeners, if you're curious about AI and IoT, stay tuned for the next episode. See you next time.
Bye-bye.